Well, it's Pistol P, Mr. Loa, Smoky Locas in the house. We're coming through YouTube straight into your house. Bringing out the gossip and the news, and we're loud. So sit back, pop a cold one. The P Street Podcast is on now. Hey guys, welcome back to the P Street Podcast. This is your boy, Mr. Loa here.
Smoky Lonjas.
Koji.
And Pistol P. Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Welcome back to another one, man. Appreciate you guys and your time.
I love it.
Today we got one of our friends for the P Street Podcast, and her name is
Julia Guerra.
Julia Guerra.
Julia Guerra.
So before we start, we're gonna say shout out to the soccer. They have opening day on March 28th.
Yep. Also
for Little League Baseball. Don't miss it. I believe it's gonna start around 9 a.m. We're starting with CJ Cruz. Also go support the Astros. Hey, we play at 1, so get ready, man. We've been practicing hard with these kids, and you know we're looking forward. First time coaching, first time doing a lot of things in my life, man.
No, for sure.
I like it.
And it's good, right? Smokey's getting to experience some stuff that a lot of people already experience, and then there's still a lot of people like Smokey that don't really, know or get involved. Man, it's entertaining, right? These kids, some of them are brand new, some of them are experienced. It's awesome to go watch, and they love to hear people cheering for them. So come out and support your kids.
And also, we want to send a shout out for the kids who got recognized. I believe it was yesterday at the Pecos ISD School Board. Do you want me to say the names?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to say all the names here. It's Kian Aguilar, Caleb Campos, Alejandro Cano Rodriguez, Amaris Carrasco, Braylon Fuentes, Mia Garcia, Elijah Hernandez, Sebastian Prieto, Camila Ramirez, Lamnom Sequel, and Jamie Valles, Yvette Vasquez, Kaylin Ibarra, and Scarlett Ibarras. Congratulations. Yeah, they're all freshmen.
What's this for?
It says it's for inspiring and empowering for excellence.
All right, good job. Congrats, kids. Keep it up. And I mean, there's no reason to beat around the bush, right? We're here for a reason, right? It sounds like there was a lot of discussion and controversy going on at that meeting. Smokey, you did go and sit in out there.
Yes, I went there. I believe it was like 6:50, and when I got there, they were doing the comments. I believe it was number 4, and they were already speaking. They were, they say like, "Hey, make sure you keep it professional. Don't lash out." So they got to speak for the people who were for it, and then the people who were against it. I missed some couple interviews, but I did a couple of comments that they were saying in the microphone, but I did get caught up with, because my little brother was there, some other people who were actually there, and they were telling me what really happened that I missed because I was busy with practice. But I stayed there till they came out, and once they came out, I left. Once they made a decision what was going to happen to Mr. Jaco, if he was going to stay there or they were going to let him go. But yeah, it was a good experience. First time done that, got able to talk to News West 9. Actually, he pulled me outside and he wanted to know what was really going on. And he told me the rumors that he heard, I guess, before he got there, he kept an anonymous with me. So, and we chit-chat back and forth. But before we get into those topics, we'll start off what I saw. Like what I saw in there, you can tell the way the room was split. And this is this guys, what I'm saying is my opinion. This is my belief. We're not biased. We're not going with it or against it, or for whatever reason. If you ever wanna, I hope you're not labeled P Street Podcast and the bad people. We're not. We're just trying to see what's going on, what happened. Based on what we saw on social media, based what I heard from News West 9, and based what other people were around it. Like I said, there was people who were for it, there was people who were against it. So what I saw in my eyes, being there in person, that I can literally speak, and I can't say, hey, I heard it, right? I cannot say that. Like, I literally saw it when it was like divided, and you can see like the staff on one side, they were all wearing purple, and then you can see the people who are like, I guess, against it. And what I mean by against it, I don't know if they were against of what he said on social media and then for it. And I'm not saying that the staff were for it, right? But because they probably not agree exactly what he said, but I guess they were having his back. You know, there's a difference. So they were having his back. Like, regardless, whatever he did, if he did anything for the school, or maybe they're under payroll, because that's, like I said, it's like there's rumors that they say, and then, like I said, even News West 9 knew, like, you can tell when he was talking to me, he just said, like, or, you know, something, they're trying to hide something. I can tell by looking at it and how it is, and how people were, every time a staff from the people who were wearing a purple shirt, they will all clap. And when somebody came from this side, from, I guess, who were against it, nobody will clap, right? They won't clap. But you can tell.
Sounds like they were organized. Sounds like they had a plan when going.
Man, and I was gonna get to that. I was gonna see, because, like I said, there was people there who I know. So I have some, I guess you can say, friends who are teachers. I have friends, family who were, like I said, they're in the teaching PISD, and of course I'm gonna keep them anonymous. Nobody knows who are my friends who are, like, you know. So the rumors were saying, and these are rumors, that they were saying they were sending texts around and saying, hey, go support J-Cole and wear everybody wear purple shirt. So, and then, like I said, not only me, I saw it, right? Even News West 9 saw it. He said, like, oh, I can tell, like, look at him, how everybody's over there having his back, right? I was questioning other people, you know, who were, I guess you can say they were for it, right? They were for it. Again, I won't say names and stuff like that. And one thing that they told me is, like, man, why you hate this guy? They said, like, no, I don't hate him. I don't hate this guy. It's just a lot of people were giving this guy so much credit when it came to a bond, right? So, like I said, I get all this information before I can speak, and like I said, this is my opinion. You don't have to believe me. I might be wrong. You know, it's just people here say things to me, but it was getting to the point where they were giving him credit for the new schools, right? Mm-hmm. And then in the new schools, when these new schools, this bond money already had passed years before he came to the school board meeting as a superintendent. And, like, I did my research with other people, and the thing is that it was when he got hired here, it landed right on his hand where bond of the money had been approved. Yeah. The reason why, because before he came to the school, before he came to Pecos ISD, that bond money for the new schools were already passed 2-3 years. Yeah. The only difference was it that they kept skipping it because they wanted to build it behind Love Truck Stop and McDonald's, and people were complaining, so they moved it for another year. And then later on, they moved it. They wanted to do it on 869 over there, somewhere over there. They wanted to build a new school. They said it was too far for the parents to be driving, so they waited another year. And then I guess when that year came, he came in as a superintendent, and somehow the idea was that to start breaking the high schools into section so they can still keep the original high school and make the new high school there, but they had to break it into sections.
Whose idea was it to break it down into sections?
That I wouldn't be able to know so much information, but if I ever decide to say, hey, I want to follow up this, maybe I'll find it. I mean, maybe that person, whoever watches it, might reach out to me and let me know how they got broken down. You know, how did this decision came? Maybe somebody might come forward, somebody who was for it. You know.
I got you.
Hey, man, so I get everything you said, but, like, how did all this get started? Like, what happened to get to this point? Like, I heard there was a video on Facebook that went kind of viral about something that was being said. Is that the reason all this went down, or what?
Yes, that's actually the main reason. The superintendent, they were at they had their meeting, and they started talking about some group. I'm not sure what it's called, but they stated that she was the next to be president.
Of that group.
Okay. Yes. And then he made that comment about her hand, and he said, "Oh, you know, now we're gonna be shorthand again." Yeah. And you're talking about our ex-mayor, you know,
Yes.
and she did a full term of 4 years, and for a reason she was there, you know. Right. If you're not liked, you're not respected, you're not gonna stay there for that many years. And I've met her personally, and I have a lot of respect for her. I think she's done a lot for the community, and she's just that one person that doesn't have to be throwing it out there and be out there, oh, I did this, I did that. You know, she keeps it to herself, and I have a lot of respect for that. You know, yeah. She also was one of our city board members. She's worked for the hospital. I don't know if she's still working. I think she's on the retiring, or she's already retired. I'm not sure, but she's done a lot for the hospital as well. And I think that was very low of him, very unprofessional. And everybody around that meeting that was there, and you can only hear one person say, "That's not funny at all," right. You know, and they just thought it was funny. They continued to laugh even after that person came and said, "That's not funny." They continued to laugh.
Oh, okay.
So,
was there he did a public apology or anything like that?
No, they haven't done a public apology.
At all?
Not even the president or the vice president. The only one that actually came out that wanted to do something about it was Portillo, that wanted to speak up, and the president right away tried to hush her up. Every time Ms. Portillo wanted to talk, they try to hush her up. That's
something that I can vouch, because I saw that. Like when I was there, every time Ms. Portillo wanted to talk, they were like, I'm talking about the staff. The staff will right away raise their voices when she will have to speak. And then another thing that I did notice is that when it was time for her to speak, I was more like paying attention to body language. I was trying to see like the body language from the Pecos ISD, the 7 board members, right? You can tell, like I said, I'm not gonna say names because I know every single one of them, but you can tell people were like. Go like that, right? As soon as she will say it, she's about to say something, it's like they already knew. But like I said, it sounds like you're right, Peter. Like, it sounds like it was staged. Like, hey, every time she speak, let's say something. But that's what it sounded. That's what it looked like, right? Hey, just by what I was seeing, what I noticed, right?
So I've never been to. I've been to one. Maybe my son was recognized, and so I'm not real familiar with everything. But like, is her speaking up, for this situation and the incident that happened, and then the people wanting her not to talk, is that people not wanting her to talk because of the situation specifically, or do that many people on the staff just not like her as a board member? I'm asking because I don't know, right? In your opinion, right, do you think it was just because this is the situation and everybody's there, so anybody that's wanting to speak negative of the superintendent, we're going to be quiet, make them be quiet, or do people not like her in general?
My honest opinion, they needed to shut her up because they're protecting the superintendent. Okay. And they're there for a reason. Right. They're not there because, people voted in this and that. No. Now that I'm starting to find out a lot of things, they're not there because a lot of people voted for them.
I got you.
And that's going to be my fight. Now you're going to come out because I make sure people vote. Yep. And you're coming out.
I got you. So. Yeah, that's good. That's why, things like this is why we always, when we have these kind of podcasts and have, people run in candidates, right? It's your voice matters, right? So the community needs to go out and speak up, use your voice.
What's bad, I think, is most of these employees that know he's wrong, they're all employed by Pecos ISD, and it's our own people. They're from our community. They graduated here, they've come back, and now they're serving our community. Now they're teaching my grandkids. And for me, I understand why they're scared to speak. I understand why they can't speak. So I really want to let them, I want to be their voice. I want to be for them to feel protected. I'm not scared, so I'll be their voice. Then just send me anything, and your name will be protected. But we gotta do a cleanup.
I saw a video online.
Oh, okay.
I saw a video online where you were giving an interview to News West 9. You said that you felt like it was like that he brought his own people.
Yeah, I know for a fact that a lot of these employees is people that he already knew. He brought them from other schools where he was from and friends that he had in another place. Okay. Because look around. he's got rid of mostly all Hispanic. He's got rid of all of them, colored people. And this is people that have been there for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Damn, I
he
didn't know
got
that.
rid of one of our greatest principals. She was black.
Oh, okay.
And
What was her name?
It was a Sadler.
Sadler.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The story behind it, it's not nice either.
Oh,
And
okay. Wow. I don't really keep up a lot. I don't
Yeah.
like, I don't ever go to the meetings either. This is the first time that I heard of like what happened. I tried to watch a little bit of the video, when I was at work, but
Yeah.
get busy and everything. But I just caught a little bit of it, and I'm just right now it's kind of all news to me. So so what was like the whole point of it? Like what was trying to be accomplished during the school board meeting? Like what was the whole like the Miss Hill, right? It was Miss Hill that they
And she was
did she
sitting right
talk?
beside
Did she
me.
stand up and talk?
No,
or-
she had just come out of a surgery as well.
Oh, okay.
So, but she came. She went there to give some support, and she was sitting right beside me, and she's embarrassed.
right.
It was embarrassed, and these are supposed to be her friends, and
Oh, wow.
they
So they're
turn around and do that.
coworkers.
Not coworkers, but people that knew her.
Ah, I got
They're
you.
supposed to be friends that, he got
So,
introduced to
Miss-
her by other people from Pecos who now those people gave her back, and they thought it was funny, and they just put everything under the rug.
Wow.
Well, look, Laura, so there's one thing I remember. You said somebody sent you a message for you to read out loud?
Yeah, that's
Yeah? Okay, towards the end, okay. So when I was there, right, there's some parents that got with me, right, and they were sitting next to me. And one of the parents did tell me, or I believe it was the parents or either a staff who worked there. And yesterday they reached out to me again, and they had said, there was a parent, actually this was a parent, and it says like, man, what just happened for keeping them there, now if you think about it, he said there's a ripple effect to this. By him staying, the ripple effect that now it costs, because now everybody knows that he stayed there for whatever reason, right? Because like I said, people think like he's a good superintendent because of what he has done and the programs that he brought to Pecos. But now parents are using this, and they're gonna start using this. One of the parents, I guess somebody got in trouble. I believe it was either this week or this last week, whenever all this social media started going like really crazy on what he said, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the kids had gotten in trouble, and whenever the principal or the staff or the teacher were going to take that student to ISS, the first thing the parent had said, well, how are you going to punish my kid if you can't even get rid of this guy? So by her telling me that, I was like, oh, so it's like he said a sample. Now imagine this is the ripple effect that it's going to cost, that a lot of parents are going to try to use this metaphor and say, hey, you know what, if my student bullies another kid, you cannot get mad at him because you just told the superintendent that he can stay. So you're technically telling me it's okay. Now, I don't know if he got any type of probation. I don't know if he got really anything like a 6-month probation. Hey, make sure you got a standard. Like, hey, watch what you're saying, or what, we better not see you at bars. So I don't know. It's this PTISD. However they run their show, right? My understanding, what I heard, that he didn't get anything. So I don't know if I might be wrong, or it might be true. But Julia, maybe I have some more information than I do. But
so, see, when that happens, I'm thinking before this incident, something else happened. Somebody made a threat at the school. What? Okay, so this kid is nephew to somebody with him there, and this is where the deputy or cop or gets in trouble and gets fired.
An officer got fired.
An officer got fired because he wanted to do the right thing, my understanding, because he had his camera on, or the camera came on, and because it wasn't recording, they got rid of him, because that that kid was related. It's related between that group with his group, with the superintendent's group. So yeah, like he said, how are you gonna? I'm gonna allow you to punish this when you didn't punish this person because you're related to him, or how does that work?
Right.
Well, what threat was the kid doing? Do y'all know?
He made some terroristic threat.
He was gonna.
That he was gonna shoot the school
Wow.
He caught it with
I
his,
didn't know about that.
with his camera.
he caught it with his body camera. He caught it.
saying?
Yes, him saying it, or
Yeah.
or a staff was talking about it,
Yeah.
and he caught it with his camera, and he was gonna, I guess, do an investigation. He was gonna turn it in. I know the officer, but like I said, I'm not gonna
No,
say
we
any
can't
name
say
because
Yeah.
you know we don't have any rights to say. But yeah, he I guess he caught on his camera the conversation, and not only that, he had caught other things, you know, besides that. But yeah, he got let go, and
And this officer has served our community for a long time.
Hey, just because I don't know any better, why can't we say the officer's name if he's no longer employed or anything like that? Or does he just?
Oh, it's
not want-
He has a
confidential.
case.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
Okay.
confidential, probably. Yeah.
It's an ongoing.
Yeah.
I got you.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's crazy, man. Wow, man. I didn't know that much stuff was going on here in Pecos, man. You know, it's a small
Yeah.
town. Who
Dude.
would assume?
Maybe that's why though, because it's so small that
It just hush
all the-
hush.
everything comes out.
Yeah.
Wow,
Sooner
man.
or later, everything is gonna come out.
Oh.
Wow,
You know,
that's
I don't
crazy.
care. And one thing I have is that once I'm in it, I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like the other day, there was a comment on Facebook because I posted, and this lady came out and said, "Oh, this lady gave me hell, did this and that," which that she's talking about me, and I responded, "Do you really want to go there? Like, do you really want to go there? Because remember, the reason me and you got into it because you were bullying a minor. He was a high school student,
Gotcha.
and so I guess her family kind of like, hey." You gotta stop, don't.
Right.
And then at the end, she just said, "I don't even know what's going on exactly. So why are you giving your opinion on what happened on that video?" She thought, "Oh, everybody speaks about their co-workers." No, there's a difference between talking about your co-worker and the video, the
Gotcha.
audio. It's not the same thing.
Right.
What really amazed me and surprised me, I said that it just kept me like, wow, you had this Pecos people who have been here, lived here. They're probably even, because I'm not from here, I've just been living here since 2005. And they go up there and speak about the buildings. They
Right.
go out there and about everything that he's done. What, like he said, what has he done? He hasn't done anything. That bond was already there. It was the community who came out and finally voted yes. He didn't
Gotcha.
do nothing.
Gotcha.
Nothing at all. And you're talking about these people knows Vaneracios as a mayor, as a city board member, and they're gonna turn around and do that, like not even speak about really the situation and just say, okay, yeah, he was wrong, but we all have mistakes. No, that's not just a little mistake.
Yeah. Especially coming from somebody that holds a high power.
Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody's supposed to be a leader in town, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Man, so now what's going to happen? I mean, nothing's going to happen. It's just already it's voted that he's staying and that's it?
I think he's staying and under investigation.
Oh,
They
okay, so
will-
he's
they
under
are
invest-
gonna put him under investigation.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do everything in my power to change that school board. Those
Gotcha.
3 people that need to go out.
Are you
and right
considering
behind
running
him.
or something? Or?
Not running, but I'm gonna support that person, whoever runs.
I got
and
you.
and if I have to go knock door by door, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And
Our
you-
community needs better.
I want to ask you this question, Julia. Have anybody talked about Pecos academics? Like, how is our academics?
I saw a post on Facebook, which is pretty sad because according to that post, our academics is horrible.
Man, I thought we were number 1 or something.
No, we're not.
Oh, man. I don't know. In my heart.
Look.
That's what I'm saying. Like all these people that came in to support him, which
Yeah.
is all his people and a couple of Pecos people. All they're seeing is buildings. Oh, he created this building. Oh, he's doing this building. Oh, no, that's not even true. But
I had talked to like some staff, like I said, like they're good people, right? And they had said one thing that I know academics. I believe like the question that was put out there when they questioned me like about the academics was that, you know, even though back then the kids were coming at 5 days out of the whole week. They went down to 4 days out of the week, and they're still
struggling.
Struggling. That's what I'm thinking that when this question was sent to me like a while like yesterday, there was one thing that had said like, yeah, the academics is not really great, but now if we want to talk about academics, I don't know, I'm not saying that I'm picking on the teachers or not picking on the teachers, right? Like I said, I'm not like for or against it, but realistic, us as parents, right? You're a parent, I'm a parent, you're a parent. We can always say it starts at home, right? But at the same time, we can also say, but what about the teacher? Are the teachers getting paid enough for them to make the school excited and make them stay, right? If they're not getting paid enough, they're just going to do the bare minimum. But certain staff are getting paid enough. They're getting paid somebody who probably has a bachelor degree. There was, I remember it was like, what was it, like 3 years ago, there was a whole fight that happened that I guess they were trying to give a sub a raise, and somebody who had actually like a degree and been there teaching for Pecos
Getting paid less?
and getting paid less than a sub who was been there like for a while. But like I said,
And the question that I actually have, because I've had messages. Let's start asking, how much is he paying the people that he brought to where the people that were already working here, that, you know, they have come back, they graduated from Pecos, they have their bachelor's or master's, and how much are they getting paid difference from what he's actually paying? And the school and the president, the vice president, it was okay, and, you know, these people are getting paid more than these other people. Guess what these other people are? Hispanic, color. The other people are his people. They're white.
Wow.
Is there any place we can find that, or is that definitely something that that's confidential?
That's
There's
I'm into it. I want to find out who's getting paid what, and I want to put the difference in. When I find it, I'm gonna let it know.
Yep, I got you.
Wow. Man.
That's pretty interesting. Especially if that's the case, right? Like significantly more than the rest. That'd be something else, dude.
Man, that's crazy, bro. I mean, in the times we live now, I mean, it's kind of crazy. You know, I thought all that was over with back in the day, but I guess still alive.
All right, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, the previous superintendent, do y'all remember who that was? Were they just like completely horrible and
Oh
now
yeah, we
now
just haven't had a good superintendent that comes in and takes over. But because we continue to bring outside people,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
How come they don't?
bringing
Yeah, what?
outside people
So-
that they don't care. They're gonna go back home. You know, this is not their home, so
How-
they don't care.
How come they don't ever give like somebody like local a chance to run it? Like, That's
I'm
what you-
about to.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's
I
a
think
great
for
question.
that for that, I think we would have to bring somebody who was for it, right? Somebody who's a staff. And
Yeah.
like I said, if they want to come, because I
Yeah.
think staff, I think they can come to these type of podcasts, but they had signed something before where they have to like Pecos ISD, like they have they sign like a paper where like you cannot talk bad about Pecos ISD. If not, they get like in trouble, right? So we'll have to get a staff here to give us like more information to answer your question.
No. What I'm asking is, how come they've never given like a local person from Pecos to be a superintendent?
That's what I'm saying. Like for that, to get that answer, we have to bring somebody. We have to bring somebody who works for the staff,
Yeah.
and maybe they have a better to answer your question.
I'm just saying, like, is that even possible? Right? I mean, I go back to that, right?
I'm saying, why not?
I
You know, if you have the education, why not? Like, why not bring somebody that's actually served Pecos, graduated from Pecos?
Who would decide that? There's a school board, or
Yes. or
okay? At the end of the day, they're the one. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Cool, man. Damn, learn something every day.
I'm very curious now, like what the actual process is, like where it starts. I mean, is there somebody else other than the school board that gets involved in this? Like, is there somebody from the city that also has a hands in it? Like, it surely can't be just the school board members, right? Like,
Right.
There has to be some
It
kind
has
of process
the community. The community is the strongest people that you're gonna have to make that change, but they have to come together in order to have that, or somebody needs to be their voice. Because I say a lot of our people here in Pecos, it's our people, and they're working. They have a family, so I understand 100% that they gotta watch for their family. They gotta watch for their home. So it's very hard,
Yeah.
and that's why I say I want to be their voice.
That's good.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
want to offer that to them.
Also, well, I was gonna touch base when we first started, like how the conversation I was telling you, like how you can see the staff, and then I'm just trying to relate what she was saying, that some staff don't want to come out because they start getting targeting.
Yes.
They start getting targeting. So if you see what I saw with my own eyes, as you can see, you see some staff, right? And when I went outside, the News West 9 was talking to me, and I said, like, man, I just noticed there's a bunch of staff, and I said, that's probably like 20%. We're still missing like 80%, and probably those 80% they didn't want to come, because if they come and they sit on this side, other teachers are gonna notice, and they're gonna be like, hey, I saw that teacher came in, and I saw this one, and then later on they start getting targeted.
And I can tell you, like,
Crazy.
I can say some of those people that were there that wore a pepper shirt, I know, because I know them personally, I know they were not to protect him. They were not to speak for them, because they didn't even get up. They just wore that shirt because they were asked to wore that shirt through that email. And they were there like, hey, you come and wear the pepper shirt and you sit there. It wasn't because they voluntarily wanted it to be there. Because I know several there were not there because they wanted to be there. They just had to because they're employed by the school.
Wow.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Man.
Definitely.
So I guess it happens everywhere then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy man, that's crazy.
I'm gonna have to set Smokey to the task of doing some investigating. Go everywhere, talk to anybody you can, just get all the information we can.
And like I'm saying, man, if you were for it, reach out to me, reach out to Laura, reach out to Piece to Pete. Like I said, and now if you feel like I was attacking somebody, I was not attacking. I'm just going based what I saw.
Yep.
It's just exactly what I saw. The view, the outside, because anybody can go based on what social media talked about, rumor this, rumor that, but I'm going based what I saw, right? And like I said, Ms. Portillo being cut off plenty of time. I saw it, I'm not lying, and it's just, the staff, like you could tell, like there was only maybe like 10, 15, maybe 20% staff, but they were still missing like 80% of the staff, like I saw this stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just not that I'm making it up. Now, like I said, there was staff who were for it. Reach out to me. Like I said, I'm not here to decide. Like, oh no, you're wrong, and I'm gonna debate against you. Like, no, I want to listen to you too. Like, I want to see, why you for it. And anybody, like I said, not only me. If you don't feel comfortable with me, well, you can reach out to Laura. You can reach out to Pistol Pete. So that's why I'm just saying. It's just my belief, my opinion. I'm not pointing finger at nobody. I'm just saying what I saw.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, like I said, we're neutral, man. We just kind of like we invite anybody that wants to come and talk. If like I said, if it sounds right now like it's one sided, well, we're just hearing what the information that's being told to us. But if you want to come on and say, nah, that's not true, whatever, you mean more than welcome. Come over here and hang out with us and just have a chat. There's nothing wrong with talking.
Yeah,
That's how problems are fixed. Is talking. You know what I'm saying?
Healthy
So
conversation.
there's nothing wrong with that. So. Anything else you guys want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for inviting me. And me, I know exactly where I stand, and we're coming for it. November, definitely new vice president, new secretary, and then the president comes up.
Cool.
Definitely. So hope we have some runners to come.
Cool.
November. This
November.
Okay.
Yes,
so
this
coming-
November.
All right,
Yes.
there you go.
Hey, so before we go, man, I had somebody like send me something on a messenger, and he wanted me to read it. He said the person said it was their 2 cents, so I'm just gonna go by it. And it said it goes like this. It says, "Will we stand by if students were making fun of a classmate with a disability?"
No.
He's like, "It is our responsibility to create an inclusive environment. Why would the community and school board tolerate this type of behavior for its own superintendent? The action that these board members take next will definitely determine whether they are re-elected in the future or replaced. The current members were voted in the positions because the parents believe that they would do the right thing. If push comes to shove, now it's time to prove to everyone that they truly meant every word that they said when they all campaigned. So with that, I'll leave it. And like I said, thanks for tuning in. This is your boy, Mr. Loa.
Smoky Lonjas.
Koji.
Coach G and Pistol P. So
Yeah,
again, thank y'all very much for joining us. God bless.
Yeah, see you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.